Right, students, welcome to one more session. Now, today what are we going to learn? In the previous video, I have taught you what actually is a chemical prepared from the common salts. We have listed out 3 to 4 chemicals. And now we are going to start one compound or the other, from which, there are certain different byproducts. But most important thing in examination point of view, you need to remember whenever you are learning a preparation of a particular compound, what are important to remember and what you need to underline in your textbook. See. First thing, whenever you're learning something, you need to know the preparation process, the process of preparation of that compound. That's done, as everybody does that. Next, you need to remember what are the byproducts. Byproducts means what are the compounds other than the main compound are prepared from this, because those byproducts also will have lot of uses. That thing I'll show you how to underline. After that byproduct, you need to remember the uses of the compound, where it is used, because you may be given an MCQ question or match the following question or a direct question. So what is the name of the compound used in the fire extinguisher? You need to know which compound. What is the name of the compound which is used in preparation of pastries or cakes, as well as it is used as an antacid. You should know the compound. So uses are very important. After this, when you are learning a particular compound, you should also know properties of those compounds, because the means, for example, property. If I take this duster, the property of this duster is what? If I have to see like this, it is rectangular in shape. The physical form is solid state. The color of this is, the surface is a gray color and this is all black. So the physical features or the physical property of the salt is important, as well as the chemical thing which we are learning. So the properties of the compound is very important, right? So let us start. Now when we are speaking about caustic soda, sodium hydroxide is a formula for the caustic soda. What is the method which we are using in the lab to prepare this? We are using a process called chlor-alkali process. Chlor-alkali process, right? So in chlor-alkali process, why is this name given also, you will understand at the end of the video. So as I said, for preparing caustic soda, the formula sodium hydroxide, let us write the chemical name of this. So sodium hydroxide is a chemical name, right? So now for preparing this, the basic raw material which I require, so I'm going to write the preparation, and I require sodium chloride. So what am I going to do? I'm going to take an electrolytic cell. Ma'am, how can I understand? For this, I'll be doing an animated video at the end of the explanation. There I'll be showing and explaining you what is an electrolytic cell, what is the anode, what is a cathode. But before that, you need to understand what is the preparation of sodium hydroxide. So for this, you're going to take sodium chloride and you're going to add water. So whenever you're adding salt with water, we call that solution as brine solution. What is it called? Brine. B-R-I-N-E. Brine solution means salt water solution. Now you're going to take this, and when you take these two compounds, just see, can I write water as HNOH? I can write, isn't it? HNOH. Now see the compound what is formed. Now sodium and OH will combine together forming sodium hydroxide. So our caustic soda is ready. So caustic soda which I am trying to prepare is ready. After that, you have a compound. Suppose if I am taking 2 moles of this, 2 moles means 2 molecules of NaCl, and I am taking 2 molecules of water here. Okay. Now see, NaOH is over. I need to write 2 here. What is left? Chlorine 2 are there. That means that chlorine 2 comes out as a chlorine gas. Very important compound where I'll be using further. And the leftover hydrogen, whatever is there, it comes out as hydrogen gas. Now, see here students. I told whenever you are learning a chemical reaction, you need to remember what is the main product. What is the main product? Sodium hydroxide. What is a byproduct? Chlorine. What is the one more byproduct? Hydrogen. Right? Chlorine gas and hydrogen gas are the byproducts. Now, in the electrolytic cell, you're going to see the construction later, but you need to remember chlorine gas is evolved. Now, what is this arrow? In chemistry, we are going to write or represent with different arrows. If there is a gaseous form, we write it as an up arrow. If it is a precipitate form, if it is settling down in the test tube, I write a down arrow. So you need to remember that. So it is up arrow means chlorine gas. Where is it released? It is released at the anode electrode. So here it is a positive electrode. Hydrogen gas is released at the cathode electrode, which is a negative electrode. Now here what you should remember, just see. Basically, using sodium chloride or the common salt, I have prepared 3 different compounds. What did I prepare? So this will be a question. From NaCl, I have prepared sodium hydroxide, that is caustic soda. I have prepared chlorine gas, that is one byproduct. I have also prepared hydrogen gas. Now, with this, what sort of question will be asked? What are the different byproducts formed in chlor-alkali process? What should be your answer? Chlorine and hydrogen gas. Next thing, what are the products formed when sodium chloride is undergoing electrolysis or electrolysis? Now, this whole process occurs in electrolytic cell, and by supplying electricity, the process is called electrolysis. Electrolysis means, electro means current, lysis means breaking. With the usage of the current in the electrolytic cell, I am going to slice or break down sodium chloride into respective compounds. Done. So they're going to ask, what are the products formed on the electrolysis of sodium chloride? You need to say sodium hydroxide, chlorine gas and hydrogen gas. 2 questions I've answered. The question number 3. Why is it called chlor-alkali process? What did you say? What answer will you give? Chlor, because there is evolution of chlorine gas at the anode electrode. Okay, what is anode electrode also you'll be seeing in the video. And next, if they ask alkali, okay, alkali is nothing but sodium hydroxide. So whenever you're dissolving a base in water, we call it as alkali. So chlor because of chlorine gas, alkali because of formation of sodium hydroxide or caustic soda. So let us once again revise, students. Caustic soda, the formula is sodium hydroxide. We are going to prepare caustic soda in the lab by which process? Chlor-alkali process. What are the raw materials? Sodium chloride and water. That is nothing but brine solution. What are you going to do? You are going to perform an experiment, that is electrolysis. That is breaking or lysing using current, electricity. What are the products you get? Sodium hydroxide, chlorine gas, hydrogen gas. Where is chlorine gas released? Here. Where is hydrogen gas released? This one. What are the byproducts? These 2. What are the total products? 1, 2, 3. Why is it called chlor-alkali? Because chlorine is released. Why is it called alkali? Because sodium hydroxide. So much of information is there in one reaction. I think you have understood it. Nothing. Don't get confused. Watch the animated video. You will understand clearly what actually is the process. You should also watch that. I'll be giving you the uses of caustic soda. Very interesting video. Please watch till the end. You will enjoy because chemistry is something visually that impact will always be there. So thank you for watching. Please watch and let us meet again with the next preparation of the compound. you.